Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me this week. So this week I'm going to be talking about 5 different maths intervention strategies that you can use and embed in the classroom and with your students to help students that are perhaps less confident, who are struggling, who are really challenged by the last 2 years. If you're interested in finding out 5 intervention strategies to help struggling students in the mathematics classroom, then please keep on watching. Recently, I was approached with this excellent question about how do we help our students in the mathematics classroom, especially coming out of the last 2 years and the challenges that we've faced with the pandemic. And it is undeniable that, of course, we did not cover probably the same amount of content in mathematics. However, we did develop a lot of other very important skills for life, such as resilience, persistence, compassion, care. And there was a lot more focus on well-being as well with our students, which I think is equally important to academic development and achievement. So 5 strategies that I like to employ when it comes to struggling mathematics students is based on the 3 tiers from response to intervention. And I'll put a link in the section below so that you can read a little bit about 3 tiers of the response to intervention strategies. I won't go too much into detail about the 3 tiers, but basically the first 2 tiers are all about a mixed attainment classroom where your students are mixed up regardless of confidence level or background. And they're really good strategies to be more inclusive and to help those struggling students. Tier 3 is more about withdrawal and targeted, personalized one-to-one intervention. And so, of course, as a last resort, you would be doing that. But I think as much as possible, all teachers can be employing these strategies in tier 1 and 2 situations. So what are the tiers? So tier 1 is very much about incorporating those research-based strategies that we all know about that we can use with all students. And I think these are strategies that are respectful to all the diverse learners in your classroom. So some of those strategies could be differentiation strategies where you get to know your students' interests on a particular level and you're focusing on their strengths and what they're good at. And you could be providing different videos, simulations, applets or resources to help them with their basic facts and skills. Tier 2 really is about giving students more group interventions. And as I said, Tier 3 is about individual accommodations. So what are those top 5 strategies that I want to share with you? So one of them I've kind of mentioned already. Focus on students' strengths and get to know them as individuals and people. So find out about their hobbies to try to engage and motivate them more. And if you know there are particular areas that you've identified that they need to work on, then give them videos, give them simulations, give them different applets that they can work through to gain that confidence. So my number 1 strategy is really building on your students' strengths and getting to know them as learners. Strategy 2 is really focusing on deep conceptual understanding. Sometimes it's called schema-based instruction, where you're helping your students build schema, like filing systems and structures, to be able to help them understand the mathematical concepts in mathematics. As an example, you'd be giving your students perhaps different word problems or presenting multiple representations of very important concepts such as division, and then helping them form schemas and understanding around the concept of division. So schema-based instruction or concept-based instruction, I like to call it. My next strategy is about peer teaching and utilizing that idea of knowledge mobility, that your students can support each other. Now, at the same time, we want to strike a balance. We don't always want one student to be responsible for always teaching the rest of the students or a group of students, but we do want to utilize that idea of knowledge mobility where you don't tell students the answers or share any information that the students can actually share with each other. Now, my next strategy, I can't even remember what number I'm up to. Is it number 3 or 4? I think it's 3, is employing those metacognitive strategies. And we know that when we ask our students to reflect on their own learning and thinking, a lot of research suggests that their understanding improves, and actually as a result their achievement goes up. So employing those metacognitive strategies while you're teaching to every student, so that you're asking each student to reflect on their own learning. Research also suggests that when you actually get your students to consistently reflect about their own thinking and learning, that their actual understanding grows. Okay, and the last one, I think I'm up to 5. I'll have to go back and watch this video to see how many I've shared with you. But the last one that I want to talk about is really intervening at the right time, not making a judgment on a student's understanding or their confidence level until we have actually investigated and formatively assessed their understanding and their confidence level. The intervention is actually at the appropriate time when they need it. Let's say a student is struggling with number facts or the basic operations. I think incorporating something like a number talk or a number string, 10 minutes at the beginning of a lesson or in the middle of a lesson, can help all struggling students, in fact, all students, to be able to gain that confidence in terms of their understanding of mathematics. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me again this week. I hope everybody is well. And if you have any comments, please feel free to put it in the section below. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.